Do you ever wish that you had a quick and easy snack that you could grab in the morning before school? Are you a very busy person and find yourself constantly reaching for unhealthy snacks in the morning? Most of us live very active lifestyles, and it can be difficult for us to incorporate healthy recipes into our daily lives. These no-bake energy bites are perfect when you're in a hurry and healthier alternative to the highly processed foods that many of us tend to gravitate towards. Instead of reaching for the unhealthy foods, you should try this easy recipe that only takes 10 minutes plus the time it takes to freeze in the hour. I have made this recipe many times on the weekends, and it has provided me with enough snacks to last me throughout the whole week. So in this speech, you will learn the steps involved in making these no-bake energy bites, how they are useful and time-saving for a wide variety of people, and you will also be exposed to 2 other quick and healthy recipes that you can incorporate into your regular diet. So firstly, we will discuss the steps involved in making the no-bake energy bites. As you can see, I have all of my ingredients lined out on the table. You'll need 1 cup of rolled oats, 1/2 cup of flaxseed, 1/2 cup of crunchy peanut butter, 1/2 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/3 cup of honey, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It's important to use crunchy peanut butter because if you use smooth peanut butter, you won't have the texture of the peanuts. So you'll add that quantity of ingredients into your bowl, and using a rubber spatula, you'll mix them until it's thick and looks like a consistency like this. The health benefits of some of these different ingredients: the Quaker oats have a perfect amount of carbs and fiber in them, and the flax seeds have a lot of health benefits relating to the heart and have even been shown in some cases to help prevent potential cancer. If you put in too much peanut butter or too much honey, the texture will be too sticky, but on the reverse side, if you put too less, the mixture won't stick together at all. So once you have the mixture how you like it, with the usage of both your hand and the mini ice cream scoop, you can roll it into a ball and place it on your tray. This recipe makes 15 balls, which for one person, that's a little over 2 balls each day. But you can double the recipe if you have siblings or if you're going to some type of event. So you want the balls to be roughly this size and lay them out on your tray. After you have them laid out on your tray, you'll place them into the freezer for an hour or until they're set to your liking. You can either eat them straight out of the freezer, where it will be a little harder, kind of like frozen ice cream, or you can let them thaw after you've let them freeze. Then they will be a little softer and chewier. Once they're done, they should look something like this. So now that I've informed you on the steps involved in making this snack, I will now talk about how they are convenient and time-saving for a variety of different people. Most of the members of my audience are student athletes and are also involved in other extracurricular activities. A lot of us wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be at school before 8. A lot of times, instead of reaching for Pop-Tarts, chips, or candy, we could actually be utilizing this recipe instead. This recipe can satisfy your sweet tooth and your hunger, and it can leave you feeling guilt-free. So instead of spending all that time in the morning trying to wait in line at McDonald's or reaching for something in your cupboard, you can just quickly grab these out of the fridge or wherever you have them stored and grab them for when you are in a hurry. So now that you've been informed on the conveniency of this recipe, I will elaborate on some other quick and healthy recipes. The first recipe I will introduce you to is this cinnamon yogurt fruit dip. For this recipe, you will need 1 cup of plain yogurt, which for this recipe I just use Yoplait Greek yogurt. and it's vanilla flavored. 2 tablespoons of honey, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, or you could just dash in however much you like. Some people prefer more of a strong cinnamon taste. And 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Once you have all those things mixed together, it should look something like this. It should be a very thin and smooth texture like this. Once it looks like this, you're free to form it, and you're free to utilize it with any fruit. I usually use it with watermelon and grapes. If you're wanting to make this recipe bigger, you can just double the recipe, or if you're only having like an apple and not very many and not anything else, then you can half the recipe. The second recipe that I'll introduce you to is chocolate dipped frozen banana bites. So for this recipe, you'll simply chop up as many bananas as you prefer. So if you were sharing with a class, you could chop up a whole bunch of bananas, but if it was just for yourself, you could just chop up 1 or 2. After you have them chopped up, you will melt dark chocolate in a bowl, and you will cover the bananas in dark chocolate. After that, you will cover them in coconut flakes, and the last step is to cover them in peanut butter and put them in the freezer. So these are perfect for an after-school snack or even for a breakfast, and they're quick and easy to grab right out of the freezer. So in conclusion, you have been informed on the steps involved in making no-bake energy bites, how they're useful and time-saving for a wide variety of people, and you have also been exposed to 2 new quick and easy recipes that you can utilize into your everyday lives. Now, you will always have a quick snack to grab when you are in a hurry. So picture that you've woken up and you only have 15 minutes until school starts. You're stressing out because you're hungry, but you don't have time to make breakfast like you usually would like to. So instead, you remember that you made no-bake energy bites the weekend before. You quickly grab them out of the fridge, and you arrive to school on time and not hungry.
You need to use one on your computer because you weren't in the frame for some of it.
Wait,